imagine?
The best era of The View, and I've talked about it before, was when Rosie O'Donnell was talking about Building 7.
Yeah.
That was the best. That I watched.
That was back in the day.
That was back in the day.
Here's a good example. Here's a good example why the discussion about Building 7 and the collapse is not valid.
It is. It's so valid.
But here's why. This building in Miami that just collapsed.
Yes.
It collapsed the exact same way.
No, it didn't. Half of it's still there.
Right.
Building 7 came down.
But the part that came down the exact same way. It came down like a controlled demolition.
But it didn't all come down.
Right, because the whole thing wasn't on fire from the basement with giant diesel tanks.
Yeah, but,
like Building 7.
But it was built in a very fucked up way. I think we're going to find out how fucked up it was built. Building 7, to believe that, we'd have to believe that Building 7 was like done on the cheap. Building 7 was like this massive building that really didn't have any structural problems. It was on fire for a few hours, and then it fell.
Yeah, but it fell slowly. Do you know in the middle of it fell first? There's a guy that had a great YouTube video, and I'd love to talk to you about this. I'm excited we're talking about this. There's a guy who had a great YouTube video, and he was a full-on 9/11 truther.
Yes.
But then he did a deeper dive into understanding what was going on during the fire and how the thing collapsed. And the videos that you would watch where it showed the whole thing collapse at free fall speeds, he was like, what they didn't show you is that minutes before that, the center of it had collapsed.
Right.
So if you watch the roof line, there's like these boxes or these structures, the top of the structure. You see that stuff go boom and fall through. So shit was already deteriorating, raging fires from the basement, which apparently wasn't there like diesel tanks in the basement? Was that what was going on? And there was like a fucking serious fire. Deteriorated the whole thing. It's lit on fire. All the steel gets weakened. All the concrete gets weakened. It caves in at the top, and then one of the top floors goes, and then the whole thing caves in.
Did he do a deep dive into why we left 17 pages out of the 9/11 Commission report that protected Saudi Arabia? 4 days after the attack, Prince Bandar was in the Rose Garden, or on the balcony of the White House with the President of the United States. 15 of the 19 hijackers were Saudis. We completely exempted them from any culpability and attacked two countries that had nothing to do with it.
Well, that is a real conspiracy.
Well, that's
the real conspiracy.
Crazy.
Yeah, it is fucking crazy.
That's
but it doesn't mean that the building was a controlled demolition.
I don't know that listen, that building collapsed in a very strange way for a building that was not hit by anything.
But it was destroyed. The parts of the building were destroyed. There was big chunks of the building that were fucked up, and there was a raging fire.
I understand that. But
what do you think happened? You think they detonated it?
I don't know that we'll ever know.